As you see, the Greek culture is really strong here. And why we have the floor still there? Because the roof collapsing down preserved everything under the materials, plus the volcanic ash. So preserved for us all of this wonderful theater. You see, I told you that everything was covered with the frescoes. It's all fresco here. This is the original structure, and the people they put a small theater, brick one, using this pattern. Studying the theater, you can understand also the Roman society, because you can really see it here really well how the society was divided. Just a few steps, just for the richest people. This is the smaller part of this theater. The middle class there, and the woman plus the food on top, standard. But think this theater wasn't closed like the other one. It was an open theater. But this one is older than the Colosseum.
Oh, really?
Of course.
When was this
built in 70 BC. So in the 1st century BC was built. But the first one was at the beginning of the 2nd century BC. So it was
thousands
older.
Does anyone live here permanently? People that work here, guards?
Yes, of course. They were living till 20 years in Pompeii, in the house there. They are restoring. They're just kind of museum. But they are living in containers outside. For example, if you see there's already the modern city. The public toilets of this year they were over there. And I think that someone is still using them because this thing. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Why?
They still serve their original purpose.
Yes, the toilet experience, yeah. While this area is the oldest part of Pompeii.
Nice breeze in the shade.
I love this place because the tree that you see, because the University of Napoli, they are studying also which kind of plants there were here. And they found that with the plaster cut, the shape of the seed. Yes, so they could use the same family of plants. So. And the excavations, as you see there, are still. There is this temple here. It's called the Dolic Temple. It's a Greek temple. It's the oldest building of Pompeii, built in the 6th century BC. But if you see there,
Was it standing in 79 AD or was it already
no, it was
ruined?
standing with
was
the
standing.
columns, yes.
Okay.
With the and was so important for the Romans when they built this triangular square in the 2nd century BC. They didn't want to destroy the Greek temple, but they wanted to put in the middle of this square, because as you see, there's one side there,
Right.
the other side there, and but what happened during the Second World War here? The Allies, they bombed Pompeii. They destroyed Pompeii
They
under
bombed Pompeii?
153 bombs here. The
We did?
grenades.
What's the point of that?
It was a big
Mistake.
big cold mistake. The gym is not like the concept that we can imagine today. It was a kind of school where the young boys of Pompeii, they could learn.
This was a gym?
The gym was a school, like a gymnasium for the Greek.
Right.
The same. So they could do physical exercises in the middle, or military stuff, and they could learn, they could study philosophy and all matters between the columns. There were professors teaching there.
Right.
And the young people that they were studying here, they were really important for the society. That's why they had the main gates on the Holy Square. That was this one, the first main square of Pompeii. And welcome finally in a Roman street.
real
We are
Roman
inside
street.
Pompeii now. You see, we travel from the oldest part till Pompeii. It was just a colony. Imagine Rome, how big was and beautiful Rome was. If Pompeii is so nice, it looks so powerful when Rome, that was the capital.
Was the volcano, was there any activity
Today,
before the eruption?
they were from 62 to 79, the biggest earthquake in 62, but a lot of earthquakes. But they didn't know that something was. The brothels, a lot of 25 brothels in Pompeii.
Wow.
And they have prostitutes in the thermal baths as well.
Wow.
Yeah, they love a lot. But the setup, the design of the city was everywhere the same. The main entrance of this house, this one was a house where they lived behind or
And the store
above
was in front.
and store on both sides. So there were blacksmiths, there were bakeries, there were bars, restaurants, and everything. Taberna, it was a kind of D&D, also the concept of D&D. They love to drink white wine mixed with honey. And during the night, today we have electricity, no lights.
Right.
They had lamps of torch. How could they put torches here? They could do lights and lighting all of this street.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There are thousands of these holes all around Pompeii. That we can see today, and we are working on top. They were started to be built in this way from the 3rd century BC. So 2,200 years ago. As today, this one was one of the crowded streets of Pompeii.
It's still one of the crowded
It's not one of
streets.
the crowded because that one is another one of the gates of Pompeii, Stabian Gate. This one is via this.
All the one.
They could sell, this one is called a dolium, it's a big pot where they could store everything inside and they could preserve the temperature. The name of a bar in Pompeii was called Thermopolium. There were 89 bars like this in all over. The common house was between 400 500 square meters, medium. There were something smaller and something bigger, like 1,500 square meters big. It depends on the family. It was the father of the family, the pater familias, sons and the wife. But there were a lot of slaves living inside. So calculate like plus the slaves, 12, 13 people living in a house. Asclesia was represented in all over the world, all over the Roman Empire, with a stake and a snake around. Today the pharmacy's logo has got two snakes going along the Caduceo. That comes from this belief.
Right.
And look at the streets, they are in 90 degrees. So all of them, so they could have squared quarters. So they could use at the best all the space of this town to build houses. The main avenue. The Fifth Avenue, you know?
Right.
It's just a it's like 1 kilometer from the main square to the This one is another bar like we saw before. In front of this, there is another bar, competition. But they didn't care. There were so many people working here that they didn't care about the career.
It's like bars today,
Yeah, it's like
or
today.
gelato stores.
Yeah. So they was kind of Las Vegas.
They have ice cream.
Today they didn't have ice cream. No, we have today ice cream. But they could eat also bread mixed with cream. And one part of Pompeii that is still covered is just behind here. I told you that 22 actually is still covered till level. Have a look here. It's a door of a house. The plaster. It's the Latin of every day. That it's so important because we know the Latin from the literature. It's a different Latin, different language. Latin that everyone could understand. It's a nice laundry. Not like today that we have the frescoes. So all the original frescoes, yeah. Okay, Joe, scusi. Well, they to restore this house a few years ago. They restored all the frescoes a few years ago. This one was the pool, where they could wash the clothes. And the oculus, the hole in the middle, was to dry the clothes. They washed them in the garden, it was behind. Roman invention. Well, where they mix terracotta with the Roman cement. So really was cooking floor that you can find in the thermal baths as well.
That
was-
what it
was
means? It
anchor.
means beware of
Beware
dog.
of dogs, yeah, beware of dogs. That one. Was one of the most common bars in Pompeii. And there were also prostitutes working in this bar. Where? The second floor.
Ah.
Easy. And I told you that Pompeii was under a political campaign in the 70s. So there were a lot of political advertising all over the city. But vote for this man, vote for the other man. Here, you can prove that prostitutes, arrogant, they're asking to vote their owner, and if the people could vote for the owner, they could stay with them for free.
Two ancient occupations in one
Two?
building.
Two?
A bar and prostitutes.
Good combo, no? For that time. Imagine a sailor, if he wanted to stay, he had to stay a few days. In Pompeii, they could have a lot of things to do. It's another political description scene. Yeah,
They had theater, they had
Theater,
bars,
prostitutes,
prostitutes,
brothels,
food,
everything.
get your
Everything.
clothes washed. How much would they charge for theater? Or did they
Well,
charge to go to the theater?
It's a good question because sometimes the shows, the performance, they were for free. Who paid for them? Politicians. They offered free performance to receive those change. But every single
But so at the beginning or at the end, they got a sponsorship message.
no, the people that they went to see the show, they knew who paid for them, so they could enter like in a triumphal pompa magna, you know, like with I gave to you the free performance, so they knew who paid for them. But sometimes they could pay for the show, and every single people had their own tickets with their own numbers, so they already knew where they have to go to sit, for example.
It
Like
was
today,
like a season ticket.
not season, but was
A single
was a
performance,
single
but
performance.
they
Yes.
would get a specific seat.
They have the seat. It depends how much they could pay and the class. If they were rich politicians, senators, or if they were like normal workers, or if they were a woman. The woman, they have to stay far from the scene, on the topmost layer of the theater.
How about the slaves? Did they not get
No,
to
no, no,
attend
no,
at
no.
all?
No, the slaves, they were not allowed to go to this. A lot of things to sell.
Would they also sell food at the
Yeah,
bar?
already prepared food, like bread mixed with orange sauce or like lentils, legumes, beans on top. No, dry food, because they had to wash them after, and they could take them out because it's all mixed with the wall here. So already prepared food they could sell. It was a kind of fast food.